New chest workout for you guys today. Chest is personally one of my weak points, so this is one of the things that I've been hammering on lots in this off season. I want to make sure that when I step on stage next, I've got a nice set of, well, in reality, man tits to be able to fucking show it all off. So first exercise we're going to be running up for you guys, I'm going to be jumping up on the pec deck machine. The reason I like to start with this exercise, I really like to isolate my pecs first thing. Personally, I have a hard time connecting with them over my triceps. So doing a pec deck isolation exercise like this helps me really connect for the rest of the workout. You'll notice that I have a roller set up here behind my back with this. Now, the reason I have this is to make sure that my scapula can fully retract. It allows me to get a significantly better stretch, helps me even more so in the contraction. When you're at the furthest point of the eccentric of this movement, you want to have like a little bit of a bend in your elbows to take extra pressure off of the joints of your biceps. But when you come to peak contraction, you want your arms to be as straight as possible. What that's gonna do is it's really gonna help build up that inner chest. Think about driving your elbows or your biceps together when you reach the peak of that concentric movement. If you were to keep the function of your pec muscle in mind while doing chest exercises, you get much more bang for your buck. The entire function of your pec muscle is simply just to pull your shoulder joint around your rib cage. So again, with having this foam roller back there, I'm allowed to have my shoulder joint really roll around to the back and really come through all the way to the front. Okay, so first compound movement I got for you guys is just a standard dumbbell chest press. Now personally, I don't fuck with bench press anymore. I used to do that back in the day, and with poor form and all that shit, I ended up getting a lot of shoulder impingements and elbow issues and all those things. Bench press is also not necessarily a great exercise when it comes to trying to maximize hypertrophy. So with the dumbbell chest press, I like flat down on the bench. I like to have my shoulders retracted at the base, but again, just like with the pec fly, I want to make sure that my shoulder joints are moving with each rep so that I get a full contraction of my chest as well. One thing you'll notice here is that my elbows are not directly out of my side. I actually have them relatively tucked in, somewhere like around a 45-degree angle. Reason for this is you don't want to be getting that shoulder impingement that most people do get with a bench press or things like that. This allows for the pec to contract properly across your chest as well. Next exercise, we're going to be adding in a little bit of stability by doing an incline chest press on the Smith machine. With this, you want to make sure that your elbows and your wrists are fully stacked to ensure that you don't have extra torque on your elbows. For an incline height, I don't like to go too high up, so personally for me, I go with a 3 or a 4 setting on the bench. This hits real nice across my chest fibers. Everybody is independent though, so you got to find what angle works best for you and roll with that. Personally, I have a lot of elbow issues from doing a lot of poor exercises in the past, and so a lot of the times what I'll like to do is I set up a reverse band setup with this with my daisy chain. What the reverse band does in this is this again takes the tension out of the very bottom of the rep and makes it a little bit easier when you're at your weakest point. The reverse band setup helps you match the resistance curve with your strength curve, so it feels like the same weight all the way through. All right, so now that we've covered flat chest and upper chest, we're gonna hit a little bit of lower chest with some high to low chest flies. So with these, I like to have the cable booms set around shoulder or eye height, somewhere in between there, depending. I have my feet staggered so that I'm comfortable and balanced. And I want to make sure that I'm able to be as stable as possible while engaging my core throughout this movement. A shoulder rotation is necessary, so internal shoulder rotation, make sure that your elbows are up high so that you can make sure that all of your joints are aligned appropriately. As you come through with the movement, you're going to make sure that your elbows have a slight bend at the back, but that you're gonna, again, just like with the pec fly on the machine, we're gonna be straightening your arms out near the full contraction of the exercise. One mistake that a lot of people do with this is they like to lean forward and then they raise their hands up as well, which essentially just makes it so that they're just doing a flat chest. So make sure you're standing upright enough that you're still actually hitting lower chest, but finishing with your hands near your belly button. All right guys, another lower chest exercise for you, back to back. We got the weighted chest dips, one of my favorites for sure. One of the key points when it comes to the weighted chest dips is to make sure that your body is as stable as possible and that you're not swaying back and forth as you're going through these exercises. Also, do not go below 90 degrees in your elbows. That could fuck your shit up real bad, and the last thing you want to do is pull something on the inside of your shoulder because you're doing some weighted chest dips. With these, kick your legs back and make sure that you're leaning forward to make sure that you are getting a lot of that lower chest fibers involved in this. If you're standing too upright and you're just driving your elbows backwards, it's gonna be more tricep, and you wanna make sure you're hitting your chest. So now that all the chest exercises are done, we're gonna finish up with a couple tricep exercises. And the first one I got for you right now is the cable rope tricep extensions. Now this exercise hits your triceps in the shortened position. And what you're gonna do for setup for this is you're gonna grab the cable, you're gonna take about 2 steps backwards, you're gonna drive your elbows into your sides. Now, your elbows are gonna be pinned in this one spot and you're not gonna let them move from there. You're just gonna extend through your elbows. But before we get into the first contraction, you're going to hinge the hips slightly and you're gonna lean forward. And what this is gonna do is gonna allow you to have more range of motion as you're going through the exercise. Notice how close my hand is to the front of my shoulder. What that does is that gives you full elbow flexion, which is going to greatly increase your range of motion on this exercise. The reason I like to do a rope is I like to make sure that my joints are aligned as best as possible. And so with the rope, I have it pulled in and my arms are actually rotated outwards so that I have everything still aligned and I pull through the elbows. Last tricep exercise I have for you guys is single arm overhead tricep extension. Now, I do have a bit of a wider torso, so I like to take this at a bit of a side angle over like so to make sure, again, my joints are all perfectly aligned. If your joints aren't aligned and you start moving up into heavier weights, that torque on your elbow can cause some serious issues as you carry through, and we all want to bodybuild for a long time, so I don't recommend that. Similar to with the rope tricep extension, I'm making sure that my joints are all nicely aligned. And my elbow is pinned in one spot and I'm extending all the way through the elbow, getting as much flexion and as much range as possible. All right guys, well that's it for what I have for a chest and tricep exercise for you. What I'm doing right now, because I gotta try to grow these up for my next show, so give them a shot and let me know what you think.